welcome back. Game time once again. It's only Wednesday, but already this has been a week packed with news. So I've decided to roll out a panel favorite, big deal or no big deal. I'll queue up some of the stories we've been talking about in the newsroom, and I'll put it to the panel. Is the story a big deal or, not? So back with me, Denny Salas, Democratic strategist, Grace Moreno, Epoch Times contributor and producer, and Chris Bob, Entity's political correspondent. So President Trump and his investments are making headlines today after he released his annual financial disclosure yesterday. The filing shows the president reported more than $1.4 billion in income last year, much of it tied to cryptocurrency ventures, including a meme coin bearing his name and a crypto firm founded by his sons, along with the children of the president's special envoy, Steve Witkoff. Now, the report has raised questions about potential conflicts of interests. Here's what the president had to say in response.
Well, I've made a lot of money before I became president. You know why I'm profiting? Because the stock market's going up. Everybody's profiting. If you have a 401k, how's your 401k done? It's about up 85%. Thank you, President Trump. So we're all profiting. I'm profiting because I have a lot of money and a lot of cash, and I give it to institutions. I don't know if they know what they're doing or not, but they buy a vast array of things.
All right, so President Trump made more than $1.4 billion last year. Big deal or no big deal? Danny, want to start with you?
It's a huge deal. I mean, come on, huge deal. I mean, I believe right before the election, his net worth was about 4-point-something billion. So in 1 year, he increased his wealth by 25%. I mean, come on, that's a huge deal. I mean, yes, we know that he's using his name to market and profit off this. He broke some of those norms in his original presidency. Now he's just doubling, triple down, and quadruple down to the tune of $1.4 billion. I mean, come on, it's a massive deal. Yes, he's utilizing the presidency to make money. We know that. We know that it was going to do that anyways. So I don't know if there's anything that could stop him from doing it, because we already know the Supreme Court basically said that he's absolutely immune, the president, to anything. So at this point, he's just willing and dealing.
All right, Grace, big deal, no big deal?
I mean, look, without any evidence of wrongdoing, I'm going to say it's no big deal. I mean, look, it's not like the president is picking up his golden phone and saying, President Modi, great guy, pay me $1 billion in cryptocurrency, buy my cryptocurrency, and then I'll consider opening up the Strait of Hormuz. That's not how it's going down. Okay, if there is evidence of something like that going on, of course it's a big deal. But come on, when you've got your own business and your own investments, I feel like this issue is just bound to come about, whether you're the president, whether you're a member of Congress. Okay. It's kind of unavoidable, right? How would you get around it?
I mean, you don't have to pick up the phone and say that. It's because you're already the president of the United States. Everyone is going to try to curry favor with you in order to actually invest in something that has your name on it, to basically go, hey, guess what? I own the Trump coin. Can I get a dinner with you?
Excuse me for a minute now. Excuse me for a minute. Grace?
Yes.
Grace. The president of the United States made $1.4 billion off of meme coins, etc., and you're saying this is no big deal. This is a big deal. This is 35 times the military budget of Lesotho, a country that he says no one even knows what it is, and I agree with him. But, usually, and you, Denny, come on. He's utilizing the presidency to profit. Everyone's done it. Usually it's through a book deal, or they make a Netflix documentary,
100%
or they do something like that, or they're seeking fees.
This is
Hillary Clinton.
He increased his wealth by
25%
when he was already
a big
billionaire.
deal because he's so creative. Who would think about something like this? Who would think about the presidential coin? Or a watch, or this, or smell like Trump with the Trump cologne.
This is $1.4 billion on crypto.
I know, but all these
solely
things,
crypto.
Who would come up with this stuff?
On.
Genius.
I'm not saying he's not smart to actually utilize his name. He's done it throughout his entire life. Remember Trump steaks, baby.
It's a very
I will just say very quickly, look, it's good that the press is giving it scrutiny, right? Yeah. Fourth estate, this is important to shine light on these things. I just hope that they apply fair scrutiny, not just at the president, because like he says, he was a billionaire when he came into office, but there are many members of Congress that came in, or the executive branch sometimes, meager means, and then they currently are, or they leave as millionaires.
Yeah, but not billionaires.
Grace, have you ever tried to impress your boss?
I guess.
Okay. Think about on the world stage how many people were trying to impress the president of the United
Look,
States.
I guess the point you're making is just
Like,
how do you
come on.
avoid it? You know, I know that they're looking at banning insider trading for Congress, but are you going to ban the president of the United States, you know, of owning any businesses or having any investments?
That's not what I'm saying.
Difficult,
I
you know?
am not saying to
All right,
actually
well,
play
at
regulation.
this point, I'm sure everyone's worked up an appetite. So you might have noticed there's a chicken on the table. Here on the East Coast, we're dealing with some of the hottest days of the summer, and rotisserie chicken might be the way to go for an easy dinner when it's too hot to cook. So food experts at Consumer Reports rank chickens from 10 grocery stores based on flavor, nutrition, and overall quality. So Sam's Club took the top spot. Costco's Kirkland brand came in second, followed by Stop & Shop, Walmart, and Wegmans. Whole Foods ranked sixth, which is what we have here in studio because it's close by. Grace, I want to start with you. Sam's Club ranks number one for the best rotisserie chicken. Big deal or no big deal?
No big deal. I mean, I don't have the privilege of having a Sam's Club membership. I can't say I've ever tried one. But what I did think was a big deal that came out of this article and study is that there was no microplastics or toxins from the chemicals found in the meat of the chicken from any of those rotisserie chickens. And I was very relieved to hear that because I was thinking about it a while ago. These things are just baking under these heat lamps, you know, just sitting there for hours sometimes. It really put me off. But now that I've heard this, I'm keen to eat some rotisserie chicken again.
The Whole Foods one. Anyways, Chris?
Well, so there's more, no, this is true. There's more microplastics in your brain than remember that? Than in a fork. So the idea that, okay, I brought this out as a prop because I am getting ready to eat one of these. Because I love rotisserie chickens, and I am a card-carrying member of the Sam's Club party.
Yeah.
I'll have you know. And it's $4.98 at Sam's and $4.99 at Costco.
Well,
that's
we're
why
not
they
telling
made.
you the price of
that's
this one.
I don't even want to know because I know it's too much. But I want to say that Congress. We're talking about Congress before. The hot, obtainable, healthy, obtainable, tasty, hot Rotisserie Chicken Act passed this year. And there was a problem. For years, you couldn't get a hot rotisserie chicken for $5 off of SNAP or any of our government assistance programs. And then this year, we passed it. We passed it at such an amazing margin, 384 to 35. So millions of Americans can now enjoy a Costco
So big
beautiful,
deal?
beautiful chicken. I say it's a big deal.
There we go.
I say what's even a bigger deal is that Hakeem Jeffries voted no.
I was going to
You
say,
have to
who are the
explain-
35 that voted
You have
against
to-
this? All right.
12 Democrats, Danny.
Well, that means the majority of Republicans voted against it.
23.
That's still more.
But a lot of New York Democrats. Okay,
But
go.
that
All
being
right.
said, big deal, but not because of any of those reasons. Because Publix chicken was number one. All right,
Yes, it's
Publix is
Florida.
absolutely Florida, and it's amazing. It's hands down the best rotisserie chicken you can get.
All right, let's talk about enjoying America. Maybe not specifically rotisserie chicken, but Freddy, the anonymous German World Cup fan who's been traveling across America and documenting his journey on X, has deactivated his account. In a statement posted on Instagram yesterday, he wrote, "Too many people seem to have a problem with us having a genuinely good time here in the country, and this is ruining the fun a bit for us because we really just wanted to document our road trip and never expected that people would have a problem with it." Now, Special Presidential Envoy for Tourism Nick Adams responded today saying, despite the hateful and angry radical left's vicious attempts to dox Freddy, launch personal attacks, and intimidate him into submission, ultimately forcing him to delete his social media accounts to protect his peace and safety, the West Wing visit will still take place. He emphasized that Freddy's only crime was loving America and documenting his travels in a completely nonpartisan way in the true spirit of 250, saying, quote, "I lifted Freddy up and made sure their mob tactics would not win. The visit will go ahead as planned." So there you have it. Freddy will visit the White House. Chris, let's start with you. Big deal or no big deal?
No big deal. No big deal. Because Freddy has visited everything in this country. Okay, that's why it's no big deal. The White House, Mars, whatever, add it to the list. He's gone everywhere. He gets backstage, front of concert. He has celebrities, Gordon Ramsay, everything. Whatever he wants, Freddy gets. So it didn't surprise me at all. What did surprise me is I learned Nick Adams, I didn't know this, he's the Special Presidential Envoy for American Tourism, Exceptionalism, and Values. Did you know we had such a role in this country?
Not with the added names.
Exceptionalism and values. So his job is basically just to promote the heck out of this place, and Freddy is good at that. So.
He did say he has the best job in the world, Nick
Does.
Adams.
He does.
Grace?
I think it's a big deal. I mean, I know that Tiffany, you and I, were so happy to finally be covering Freddy on the show. We are big Freddy
huge fan.
stans. We have been talking about him behind the scenes. So I'm happy to see him get the acknowledgement that he deserves, because that man has done more for American tourism, I think, and promoting America than anyone else. And low-key, I am also interested to see who he really is. I'm curious to see if he is actually going to like put his face out there publicly, or if it's just going to be a private visit.
He doesn't want to be an influencer, because there's a lot of people being like, please continue documenting your journey when you go back to Germany. We would love to see Germany. He's like, no, I'm deactivating everything. I don't want to be an influencer. He also had a separate piece out how he's turned down lots of sponsorships and everything. He's like, I've saved through college for this road trip. I paid $1,200 to watch my team lose Germany. He's like, I could have gone for free, but that's not the spirit of what we wanted. Anyways, now that I've waffled on,
USA, USA, USA. Come on. Listen, I love the guy. I think he's done a phenomenal job enjoying and just showing you just unabashed joyness and just joyfulness when he visits all these locations, everything else like that. The people that are bashing him, that's just the product of social media in general. They're just haters. You know, you just have so many folks that are there just like unbelievably negative when you just can't enjoy happiness. Just love it all. It's amazing.
Leave Freddy alone.
Thank you.
Freddy, going to the White House, big deal or no big deal?
Oh, sorry. No big deal, but I'm glad it's happening. I'm glad they're basically saying, why be so negative? Enjoy this. Have fun. It's amazing when people come to our country and actually promote the greatness of America.